So, you're tired of carnivore, cramping, wired but tired, waking up at 2 a.m. Before you blame the cow, check the fat. Protein builds the car. Fat is the gasoline. Without enough fat, you're driving a Ferrari on fumes. Today I'll show you why fat is the fuel that makes carnivore sustainable and 21 simple ways to add it without wrecking your gut, your sleep, or your labs. And since we're a community, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from or your favorite way to add fat to the carnivore diet. Here's the big idea. Most carnivore failures aren't because carnivore is broken. It's because the fuel mix is off. On a high protein, low fat plate, ketones stay low, appetite is jumpy, stress hormones whisper snack, and sleep plays the price. On a higher fat plate, ketones rise. The gut releases satiety signals like CCK or PYY. Your brain gets a steady burn instead of a roller coaster, and the nervous system can finally exhale. Translation: fewer cravings, fewer cramps, calmer evenings. Quick physiology. Doctor to friend. When insulin drops, the kidney dumps more sodium. If you undersalt while you're also underfueled, cramps and headaches love to visit. Fat helps you stay in deeper ketosis, which stabilizes the whole system, but you still need salt. Think of it as cramp insurance. We'll layer that in as we go. So how much fat, you may ask? Many thrive around 70 to 80% calories from fat. Some do well a little lower, some a little higher. Keep protein adequate, not excessive. A simple guardrail: aim for about 0.6 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of lean body mass, depending on your activity and goals. And let fat make up the rest of the calories. And don't worship the macro tracker. Watch your body, energy, sleep, satiety, performance, and mood as the dashboard. Now, before the how, a word on fear. Some well-known voices have stepped away from strict carnivore at times. I respect them, but that can rattle people who healed on this way of eating. But don't throw out what served you before you try the Fat Fix. Nuance keeps us safe. Not everyone must be carnivore forever, but those who thrive on it, they deserve tools, not fear. Let's make it ridiculously practical. 21 simple ways to add fat, starting today. Number 1, upgrade your grind. If you've been living on 90-10 ground beef, swap to 80-20 or even 70-30. Same burger, bigger fuel tank. Number 2, cook in tallow. A tablespoon of beef tallow adds a fat boost and a gorgeous sear. Finish your steaks and burgers in it. Then pour the drippings back over the meat like liquid gold. Number 3, a butter base. Kill the heat. Drop in 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter or ghee and spoon it over your steak. That's flavor and fuel. Number 4, suet nuggets. Dice beef suet, crisp it in a pan, and sprinkle over leaner cuts like crunchy, fat croutons. Your mouth and mitochondria will both smile. 5, bone marrow butter. Roast marrow bones and spread that silky marrow over your steak or burger. It's nature's compound butter. 6, yolk it up. Add 1 or 2 extra egg yolks to your scramble or meat mash. Yolks emulsify fat, making it easier on your gut. 7, make hollandaise or béarnaise. Egg yolks plus butter equals a carnivore-friendly sauce that turns any steak into a high-fat feast. 8, keep the skin on. Choose skin-on chicken. Roast or air crisp the skin separately if you like. That's built-in fat you might be throwing away. 9, choose fattier cuts. Ribeye over sirloin. Short ribs, chuck roast. Let the butcher do the macro math for you. 10, pork belly bites. Slow rendered pork belly until it's tender. Use those drippings to coat leaner beef or drizzle on eggs. 11, oxtail and shanks. Collagen plus fat gives you a slow digesting, gut-friendly fuel. Perfect for evening meals if they sit well with your sleep. 12, tongue and cheek. These underused cuts are fatty and incredibly tender when slow cooked. Don't knock it until you've tried it. 13, fat fortified broth. Stir 1 to 2 teaspoons of tallow into hot bone broth as a pre-meal fat primer. It quiets hunger and helps you pace your meal. 14, smash burger technique. Thin patties render fat. Scrape the pan, bathe the patties with the drippings and serve. 15, cold fat coins. Chill tallow into little coins and place them on hot steak to melt. Easy portion control, no guesswork. 16, cheese and cream, if you tolerate dairy. A little aged cheese or a splash of heavy cream and eggs can nudge fat up fast. If your weight stalls or sinuses rebel, pull back. 17. Liver pate with butter. If you eat liver, blend it with plenty of butter. You get micronutrients without turning the meal into a protein bomb. 18. Fatty fish if you're not beef only. Salmon, mackerel, sardines. If they're packed in water, add your own animal fat when you plate them. 19. Slow poached chicken thighs submerged in tallow. Shred, crisp, and you've got ready to go high-fat protein for the week. 20. Tallow gravy. Deglaze your pan with a little water. Whisk in tallow and salt and pour that silky glaze over any cut. 21. Double fat padding. Pair a leaner cut like venison with marrow or suet on the same plate so the ratio stays right. And if this is helpful so far, tap like and subscribe so more people find a calmer, saner path to metabolic health. Around here, we talk root causes, not quick fixes, and your support helps this message reach the folks who need it. Let's turn those tips into a short, real-world plan. A 7-day fat titration so your gut and gallbladder don't revolt. Day 1 and 2. Add 10 to 15 grams of fat per meal, usually a tablespoon of tallow or butter, and observe energy, cramps, and sleep. Day 3 and 4. Make one meal a fattier cut like ribeye or 80-20 burgers and add a yolk or marrow. Day 5 and 6. Bring in a fatty stew like oxtail or shank and keep electrolytes up. Day 7. Reassess. If you're still crampy or wired at night, add a salty broth midday and shift your largest fat meal earlier. Small steps, steady benefits. Here are plug-and-play meal ideas. Breakfast. 4 to 5 eggs cooked in butter with 2 extra yolks, plus crispy skin or a couple ounces of pork belly. Lunch. 8 ounces of 80-20 mashed burgers finished in tallow with marrow spread over the top. Dinner. Ribeye under a lemony hollandaise with suet croutons on the side. If you like a warm drink, try bone broth with a teaspoon of tallow in the afternoon. And a hydration note from a sleep protective doctor. Front load fluids earlier in the day and taper 2 to 3 hours before bed so you're not up all night. Let's talk electrolytes and sleep for a moment, because cramps and insomnia are the 2 gremlins that make people think they can't do carnivore. Salt your food. Truly, if you feel lightheaded or crampy, a cup of salty broth can work wonders. Consider magnesium glycinate in the evening if you tolerate it. If you feel wired at night, keep dinners simpler and move the big fat bolus to lunch. And stop chugging water late. Your bladder should not be your alarm clock. Troubleshooting rapid fire. Diarrhea after adding fat? Slow the increase. Use whole food fats like marrow and yolks. Eat fat with protein, not alone, and try smaller, more frequent portions. If you don't have a gallbladder or you struggle with bile, talk to your clinician about supports and go extra slow. You're having nausea or fat? Emulsify it. Hollandaise is your friend. Reduce meal size and cook low and slow. You're having a weight loss stall? Keep protein adequate rather than excessive. Minimize liquid calories and be cautious with dairy. Prioritize sleep and nudge your NEAT. More walking, more standing, more life. LDL and ApoB concerns? Favor ruminant fats from beef and lamb. Get more of your fat from the cut itself rather than pouring butter on everything. Keep a consistent eating window and recheck labs after you've adapted. We want triglycerides down, HDL up, and inflammation down. We want a healthier you, not just a prettier macro chart. What should you track? Keep it simple. Your energy, sleep quality, cramps, hunger, and mood are the day-to-day compass. Quick biometrics, abdominal circumference, your morning glucose, and of course your blood pressure. Periodically, if appropriate for you, check your fasting insulin, triglycerides, HDL, ApoB, and liver enzymes like ALT and GGT. And pay attention to performance. Are you stronger, less sore, recovering better? That's real life data. Let me bring this to life with a short story. Marcus is a night shift police officer and coach for kids on the south side of Chicago. He tried carnivore and felt awful by week 3, cramping during patrol, wired at midnight, and raiding the pantry at 2 a.m. We didn't abandon the diet that was helping his reflux and joint pain. We changed the fuel. We moved him from lean sirloin to ribeye, added tallow to his afternoon broth, salted like it mattered, and shifted his biggest fat meal to lunch. 2 weeks later, no cramps, sleeping through the night, no 2 a.m. pantry raids, and he cut his afternoon coffee. Same diet, correct fuel. Here's your quick reference pop quiz to cement the change. Start around 70 to 80% of calories from fat, then adjust based on how you feel and function. Add 10 to 15 grams of fat per meal for 2 days. Reassess. Keep the changes that help. Salt and broth are your cramp insurance. If sleep is off, move the biggest meal earlier and protect your bedtime routine. This is nest and rope in action. Nutrition, sleep, stress, and all the life stuff working together so your biology can do what it was designed to do. If you're nervous, I get it. Fat has been villainized for decades, but your physiology doesn't read headlines. It responds to fuel. When you match your biology with the right fuel, carnivore gets simple again. Nothing in nutrition is perfect, but simple and sustainable. I'll leave you with this. Don't quit before you try the Fat Fix. Protein builds you, fat fuels you. Get the ratio right and watch your cravings quiet, your sleep deepen, and your energy even out. And if this video helped, hit like so others find it. Subscribe for more root cause content and share your favorite fat adding hack in the comments. Check the description and the playlist for more metabolic health videos. I'm Dr. Tony Hampton, encouraging you to protect your nest and take care of the most important patient you'll ever meet, and that's you.